Hello Scorpio, my name is Keren, this is Ray of Light Tarot, and I decided to do a reading for 2023. So, on the one hand, what are the challenges? No, on the one hand, what did we have to deal with? What were the challenges? And what are the blessings that we are taking towards 2023? Since the way I look at tarot always is for personal growth. So, let's see. Hope it resonates. Take only what resonates, of course. So, challenges. Finding balance looks like it's been difficult for you, Scorpio. And at the same time, perhaps you've been dealing with a lot of ancestral healing. So, patterns that are generational and that you've been dealing with. And it hasn't been easy. Like life has been throwing you places to kind of all this truth in your eyes like this. And so there's a lot of like, you dealt a lot with your confidence this year, looks like. How much confidence do I have? Am I strong enough? Pondering a lot on like, who am I? Perhaps like, why things are not going the way I would like them to be, longing for something better, or why the right relationship is not coming towards me, why like longing for something better, because it has been a very, very rocky year. Rocky and challenging, and emotions all over the place, and illusions I see also, like people showing one face and then being another, or like you getting disappointed by people thinking that they are one way but then they are another. And Scorpio, all or nothing, you give it all, and people are not always like this, and you know so there, it looks like you had some disappointments, relationship wise, with people. It looks like also another thing that you dealt with this year is with your loneliness, and with feeling that you can achieve what you want on some level. How can I say this? How can I express this? Like belonging, as if some parts you felt like you don't belong, like everyone else is doing right, everything, it's going well for everyone, but why is it not happening to me? Why? Longing, why? And I can see that there's been a lot of up and down. Like when you were up, creativity was like great, and ideas and achieving things, and things have been moving, because despite the fact that it's been rocky, there's been a hell of a journey, a hell of like growth. Even though you don't see exactly right now all the results that you want, there's been a hell of a journey, and you've been growing a lot. So there's been up and down, up and down, up and down all the time. And when it's been down, it's been really, really, really down. And when it's been up, it's been really, really up. Like really, I don't know, like Scorpio in their nature. It's requires work to be in the center, and yeah, moving into balance has been part of like what the aim and the wish for during this year. I also see that you had some battles with people, or for justice, perhaps with some of these people that showed one face and then they were another. I feel like an energy of a lot of tired energies, of having to deal with things that unjust, that for you is like truth, for you is integrity, for you is like obvious that it needs to be this way, but people did not answer those standards, high standards, and you needed to protect yourself. I don't think you were picking up fights on your own. I feel more like you had to use this energy to defend yourself, to defend a cause, to defend something that wasn't right or just. So if someone is about to kill you, you need to go to war and defend yourself, kind of. This is the example I mean. So yes, there's been a lot of battling in that sense. This Knight of Swords is killing a dragon. And at the same time, I also see that because of all this, all the challenging becomes blessings, becomes opportunities, right? We also have the Hangman as a blessing. After I will talk about it, but part of what's been happening also during this year of 2022 is that you really set your goals. You've been working towards creating your abundance, creating certain things, working on your health, working on relationships, like things that are tangible, things that are important to you. And it's been like slowly but surely, steady pace, steady pace. And sometimes I'm sure it's been like challenging to see that it's not going so fast, but you've been there. This is part of what's been happening this year. Knight of Pentacles, slow movement. So I think this is part of like the challenges and the up and down. I think you've been like between the movement of the Knight of Coins, of Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. So it's been like sometimes it's creative, sometimes it's good, sometimes I'm working on my things and my stability, sometimes I need to fight. So between fighting and taking care of me, fighting, taking care of me, yeah. Okay, so what have been the challenges? The challenges, I think it's like I see one person or one situation that you had to deal with ongoingly, and it's like you had to find and you are still finding a way to communicate with this person so that this person not can do what you want, but it requires a lot of self-work on yourself in order to know how to have that person not bite you. You know, it's like the snake charmer. So you need to be strong, you need to know what you're doing, because you're playing with a snake and the snake can bite you and kill you. So it requires work, wisdom, and the ability to control yourself and your emotions, like self-knowledge, in order to be able to deal with that snake that is there wanting to attack you. And this is part of like this Knight of Swords that I'm talking about, that you had to deal with. And perhaps it hasn't been only one person, but more, like there's been challenges around, and also blessings and beauty, because it's like the universe also has helped you to be ready to tame this snake. So despite the challenge, the universe also has given you a lot of wisdom and knowledge to deal with these situations and people. Another thing I feel that has been challenging is perhaps maybe to work with people, to be social. Perhaps it was difficult because sometimes you did not feel so well, or you did not feel that life was being so good to you, so you kind of wanted to hide yourself a little bit like a hermit. And perhaps also you dealt with all kinds of secrets and secrecy, and as part of like people not showing up the true colors that they are. So perhaps, yes, this is part of the disappointments that I've been feeling before. So dealing with that has been challenging, looks like, and also like to kind of arrive at some resolutions with people. Perhaps there's been like in life you had to reach some agreements with people, family, ex-husband, ex-partner, I don't know what, and it's been challenging to reach a resolution because of these energies. And there's been, I see, a lot of sadness, a lot of solitude, a lot of tears, a lot of withdrawing from the world because it hurts, a lot of silence, a lot of crying on your own. And at the same time, a lot of clarity and wisdom, even though sometimes you did not see wisdom or clarity, but just sadness. A lot of crying, I see. Another thing that has been a challenge is sexual energy. We got the card of sexual energy. Well, sexual energy in Scorpio is like, hello, right? It's like, so it's built in. So perhaps you've been using sex to deal with all these situations. We all have addictions, so perhaps sex or food or something else. But this card is here as a challenging card. So perhaps your sexual relationships have been also a challenge. Perhaps you wanted something and you received another. Perhaps you used sex to fill some voids as well, and that has been challenging. So it's like the difficulty and the wildness and the fire. It's been difficult to perhaps tame it or direct it into the right directions because of the challenges. And another challenge is, yeah, again, another card, stripping illusions of like people, situations. Like life has been disappointing, and there's been sadness. So I see like a lot of things happen to you that made life heavy. And despite that, you really wanted, this card says it's all good. So it's been difficult to really feel that it's all good. You've been trying, and sometimes you reach that place because you feel grateful and you don't like to complain. But I feel like really feeling it's all good has been hard this year because of the amount of challenges. So it's been difficult to integrate. I feel like it's been hard to swallow life this year. And to integrate and the calm energies, the wild energies, to kind of find the balance between all of this. What else? What else has been the challenge? Well, we've got 9 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Like, this is tough energy, right? So it's been tough. It's been a lot of anxiety, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of what's gonna be perhaps panic attacks for some, and deceit energies. Like, yes, I can see that people, again, the manipulation and the things, but also you need to look, and in my Instagram I say this all the time because I keep having the 5 of Wands also myself. I'm a Scorpio too. And one of the things I share is like, who am I in this image of the 5 of Swords? And if people are treating me like this, where in my life I'm doing this to myself? Where am I humiliating myself in a way? Where am I accepting? And why this kind of treatment in my life? And I think this has been like part of the snake charmer, part of you dealing with all these people. I think you've been also, exactly, Ace of Swords, cutting, like getting clarity, working on your self-esteem, working on, it hasn't been easy, but it's been a lot of work that you've been dealing with, of like your spine. It's like your spine, you're being straight and not accepting crumbs, not accepting negativity, not accepting injustice things as much as like possible, because you want positivity, you want joy, you want to help others, and life also has been sometimes very benevolent with you, but it's been hard to really feel part of life happily. And it's been hard to celebrate, it's been hard to be happy because of all these energies. But this is the card of success. This is the card of self-esteem, stronger, clarity as well, cutting through what no longer serves us. So this has been a challenging, but also part of the growth. And now I want it to be short video, but so what are the blessings that we take to 2023? So I feel like starting with the tarot. We got the World card, Page of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and Hanged Man. So thanks to the stuck energies, thanks to Knight of Pentacles, right? Thanks to things not going as fast as we would like, life has allowed us, like Odin wanted, like, asked to have one eye less, to be able to hang upside down the tree, to be able to look at life and see life. I'm not sure about the story, so maybe I'm not saying it, probably I'm not saying it exactly, but it is a blessing to be able to look at things from a different perspective. And we don't do it normally out of our own will. It's like life is pushing us to this uncomfortable position, and then we're like, okay, I'm forced to look at this situation because it's coming again and again and again and again. So what's the lesson? What's ahead? So part of the blessing is you not freaking out by things not moving as fast as you would like, and kind of see the positive thing about it. Because it depends, some days is really difficult to see all the challenges as good for us, but some days we really understand how that challenge or that thing that happened to us that looked really bad really was positive and was good for me, because thanks to that, this and this happened. So this is part of like what to take. Also, I feel like you are learning to deal with money. This year you had to deal with money and how you save, or how your relationship with money. You had to deal with this and grow with this, and this is something to take into the next year. Also, I see that creativity. We have two cards that indicate that you're taking creativity to your next year, like this abundant creativity. And for your work, for your relationships, you are very creative. So perhaps also looking upside down allows things to, art or music, or perhaps you're a comedian, perhaps you write, but there's creativity. You're a dancer, you can be anything. You can be, it doesn't matter your job, but you are very, very creative, and you find ways to express yourself and do things your own way, even in a way that people do not even understand how you made that happen. Like, how did you do that, or how did he do that, like, how is that possible? But it's like, you know how to do things your own way, and it's not like you're looking for it. It's just it happens because you like to do things in a way that gives you meaning, that can help. And this is why it comes out this way, because it's for your own fulfillment, but it's actually good and creative and different for the world out there. So you are very important exactly as you are. The world. Okay, so what am I feeling about this? Is, first of all, closing a chapter. And closing a chapter this year with, in a way, I did my best. I did my best. I'm looking forward to be blessed in the next year. I know I was good. I know I acted with integrity, with honesty. I know I'm a clean person. I know I want good for others, and I'm finishing the chapter happily, and I do want to dance next year, because in the Rider-Waite-Smith, she's the dancer. So, and perhaps next year you're going to be traveling a lot more. What else you are taking for the next year, beautiful Scorpio? A lot more self-love. A lot more self-love. All these challenges have made you work and take care a lot more on your love and on accepting the shadow as well as the light. I have several cards that indicate this. To find like a home inside yourself, not just a physical home for yourself or your family, but a home inside yourself. That is big. A home inside of you. That is big. Because if we're not feeling home inside of us, it's really challenging. You are taking the ability to know how to deal with all these inner journeys that you've been doing. It's like you are not so scared of the dark because you've been in the dark yourself and dealing with that and stuck there for a while. So it's like you are feeling home in nature, in light, in the shadow. You know how to make sacred space wherever you are. You know how to take the insights and the lessons and the beauty and the creativity. You know how to take the best out of each scenery you are in, whether it's challenging, abundant, joyous. You know how to find the spark, the light inside everything, and create a process and growth and phoenix and shredding skin and new you, transformation. Scorpion transformation is, we can't live with that. We can't live without it, right? And changes, you are getting used to these changes and you are not scared of changes. Well, Scorpio is never scared of changes, the opposite, right? We like changes in the sense that we grow and evolve. So this is another mastery for you to acknowledge. It's not everyone has this ability of adaptation to changes so quickly, so fast, so wise. So beautiful Scorpio, I asked for additional information, and Temperance and Eight of Coins came, and I love this because it means that your economy is going to be healed. So you're going to be earning more money. You're going to have more balance, peace of mind in your work. Emotionally, because it's the Eight of Coins, you love your job, you love what you're doing, and it has a purpose and it's meaningful, and for you and for others. So your work helps others as well. And you are healing. You are not only healing, you are learning also to flow. Perhaps less need of being in control of everything, and allowing the universe to flow and to guide us, and less us being in control. Because Scorpios, we always have like a goal, we know what we want, we know how to get it, but sometimes we can get stiff into like how. So allow also the universe to unfold, allow to, like water, allow the energy to flow more. But I can see definitely healing of yourself, of your spirit, of your knowledge as well, a renewal in your knowledge, a renewal in the way you deal with work, the way you deal with life, the way you deal with yourself. And the bottom of the deck was Six of Wands, self-recognition. All these challenges, you really come up high, feeling strong, feeling, oh my God, wow, I'm so amazing. All the things I dealt with, yes, I deserve recognition. First, you with yourself. And then I'm sure a lot of your friends keep telling you how strong you are and how you've been through a lot and you're not alone. So I really wish you happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, and have a beautiful ending of this year. May you be good to yourself and collect all the good things that you, may you acknowledge all the beauty and all the amazingness that you are, and may 2023 will be easy and flowing, and may we have the capacity to deal with whatever life brings us in the most superior and high way. All the best, Scorpios, and I see you in another video.